Tonight's easy freezer meal was chicken pot pie with a biscuit top. Starting off, I have some frozen chicken pot pie mix, and all I do is whenever I make chicken pot pie, I just freeze a whole lot of the filling, and then I can make it super quick and easy on a weeknight like tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the pot, put the lid on it, let it thaw. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on my biscuits by combining flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And I'm just going to mix that up really well. Then I'm adding in some butter flavored shortening. Then I just put on a glove and mix that up really well. Now I'm going to go ahead and grate some frozen butter. And this is really important to helping keep my biscuits nice and fluffy. Now I'm going to go ahead and add that in, mix it up, and then slowly start adding in my buttermilk. Now I'm just going to mix this together, slowly adding it in little by little until it reaches a consistency that just kind of sticks together. Then I'm going to go ahead and flour my work surface. Then I'm just going to turn the dough out onto the counter, add a little flour on top, and then I'm just going to squish it together. I'm really not going to knead this. I'm really just pressing it together. Then I'm going to flatten it out, and then I'm going to start the laminating process by folding over the sides, pressing it out, turning it, and repeating that a few times. And this is important to creating those layers. Then I just went ahead and shaped it, wrapped it in plastic wrap, and refrigerated it for a little while. And then when I'm ready, I'm just going to take it out, and then I rolled it out into the size of the pan that I'm going to be using. And by this point, the filling is fully thawed out and hot. I'm just going to add this into my pan, smooth it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my bench cutter just to cut the biscuit into squares. Now you can put the whole thing on top. I just chose to do this because it makes it easier to transfer without it breaking, and it makes it easier to serve because it's kind of like pre-portioned. So then I'm just going to go ahead and melt down some garlic butter and brush that all over the top, and then I'm going to bake this in a 400-degree oven until the biscuits are all the way cooked through, and mine took about 40 minutes. If it gets really brown on top, you just put a little piece of foil over it so that it can continue to cook without over browning. Let it cool for a little while, and there you have it. Hope you guys enjoy. If you try it, let me know.